Jambo, Nukopende, Uhaligani. Greetings, family. I am Wizards, and today's subject I want to talk about is called 12 Gates to the City in the Solar System. As we know, ancient astrologers has divided life's journey into different categories, and they understood that life's journey is a mirage of activities, characteristics, dreams, hopes, impulses, etc. Now we know that the sun is the center of our universe that we call solar system or solar system, which derives from an even larger system or universe or verse. And the planets comes from the sun, and we come from the planets. So that means that our being is the sun merged with the planets. Now also, these planets or planets or planets moves and sits at different degrees and angles, which give them their own frequencies or give them their own vibratorial rate or give them their own dimension. And we're able to measure these different degrees, angles, and frequencies as our characteristics or as our beings, depending on our birth date, depending on the location we was born during the angles and degrees these planets sit. And it also describes what type of person you are. It also gives you your own individuality, and we are able to measure these things and map it out, and this map is called our astrological chart. So this is the map of our 12 beings. This is the map of our 12 houses, or this is the map of our 12 gates. So that must mean that the city is within us. The city is the body. Because if you understand what a city is a city is a place where people thrive. It's a place where, people is established, or people is within. So we are the city, and the planets represents the entrance to this city or to this gate. Now I want to touch back a little bit on the word solar system. Now we understand that you can break words down and and certain words most words have hidden meanings of these spellings. And that's why it's called spelling, because it spells. You can break these spells down, you can understand more on what these spells means. Pay no attention to how you spell these words, because trust and believe me, they have similar meanings. Now, solar system. Now, soul is energy. And lure, let's look up the word lure. Lure is to be tempted to do something, or to give, or to go somewhere, especially by offering some type of form of reward. So soul, lure, and system. We must understand that most souls can be trapped, and most souls has been trapped in a reincarnation, or what we like to call incarceration. We must understand that there's a realm that exists that snatches the souls up to prepare it again for reincarnation. Depending on how old the soul or how young the soul, it depicts how fast you reincarnate. See, older souls takes longer to reincarnate than younger souls. And those without souls, they reincarnate faster than any soul. Also, we must understand that this realm is ruled by a group of deities called the Orishas, the Olympian deities, the Shiny Ones, the Devas, the Demiurge. There's two realms that correspond with this plane. It's called the Omniplane and it's called the Deva plane. And these deities can only exist through us because they are formless. On this plane, they are formless. In the way that they reveal and make things happen is through us. And you know how some people say, well, how you hear people say that they have near-death experience, that they saw the light, they were going toward the light. Well, that light represents the astro light, which is their realm. And they lure you into the light to make you think that you was ascending or you crossing over. But really, you only preparing yourself back again for reincarnation or incarceration to this planet or this planet. So instead, do not follow the light. You go towards the darkness. The darkness is freedom. The darkness is freeing yourself back out into the space. Earth is the lowest plane. And anybody with good sense would know that we don't need to be here. And we really don't want to be here. It's really a prison for us, It's a trickery, It's a trap. That's why it's called a planet. Because it's a net that catches us. It catches our energy back into this cycle. Why do you think that we come back as babies? Because it's when we come back as babies, we lose most of our memories due to the small brain that we have again, that we have to regain the knowledge and the memory that has been downloaded into our DNA. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. If we was to come back as grown-ups or come back as, older people, then we would have remembered that, hey man, we've been here before. This shit is all a trick. You know what I'm saying? We would understand that it's all a trick. See, losing the memory is the key of coming back. Because why you think when you get a little bit older to understand things again, that you feel like, man, I've been here before, or I've done this before. You know what I'm saying? That's the trick. Understand, man, like, think about it. Like, why do you think that they bury us in the ground? It's all part of the solar system. You know what I'm saying? It's all part of preparing you to come back to this realm. But see, the ancient Egyptians, they had came up with a system to where they was able to beat reincarnation. They was able to form into gods and overcome that trickery. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the ancient Egyptian mystic system, they was able to beat reincarnation and go back to the serious realm. You know what I'm saying? But see, the yogi people or the yoga system, they had lost their art of being able to get past reincarnation. And so what they started doing is cremating their bodies just so they can reincarnate faster and have the memory of what they had when they was here once before. You know what I'm saying? But see, it was all about making you forget. It's all about taking your memory to have you doing this shit over and over again. You know what I'm saying? But so, like I said, the Egyptians, they used alchemy. You know what I'm saying? They was able to trick the gods. And that's why they was mummifying their bodies, because they was tricking the gods to making them think that the bodies were still there. You know what I'm saying? But they really wasn't there. And so they was able to maneuver past the gods and go back to the start and go back to the serious realm. This is alchemy. We also got to understand that there's no way out for the people who wasn't created outside this universe, which is the soulless beings. They understand this, guys. That's why they hate us so fucking much. You know what I'm saying? That's why they put us through so much oppression and come up with this, you know what I'm saying, this metaphysical system of trying to keep us coming back and forth to this motherfucking plane. Just like them, because they know they was created inside of this system. So there's no way outside of this shit for them. And so we was created outside of the system. We still have a chance. And so they, you know what I'm saying, they present everything to us backwards. So we gotta understand, man, everything that been taught to us really is backward as fuck. You know what I'm saying? About the Christ, you know what I'm saying, all of this shit. The underworld, the heavens. The heavens is really not what we supposed to be focused on. For the Egyptian knew to crystallize anything or to make anything totally new, it had to go up. It had to be condensed. It had to be shut down to the most ugliest and hideous form in between the most lowest and ugliest elements, right? So we say Satan is bound, or we say Saturn is bound, or we say Lucifer is bound, or Lucifer is bound, right? But according to alchemy law, Lucifer is the only person who has the potential to be the Christ, or Christalized, or crystallized. Understand, man, words cast spells, man. And it's all depending how you break these spells down. You hear me? It's no different than oil being trapped. It's no different than carbon being trapped under the earth and suppressed for thousands and thousands of years, and it turns out to be a diamond, a crystallized, shining ass see-through diamond, right? You know, so this is the alchemy process that the Egyptians figured out. They figured out, like, look, man, it ain't the heavens that we need to be focused on. It's the underworld. It's us. It's us that's living in hell that we need to be focused on. Because we are the ones who being brought down here in human form. We are the ones who suffering. We are the ones that's being oppressed and being fucked up through all these different ugly elements. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, we have what it takes to become crystallized. Therefore, we are the most powerful ones. You feel me? Look, you gotta understand, man. Only thing that can rise is something that has fallen. We are the fallen angels. Let me say that again. Only thing that can rise is something that has fallen. You feel me? Yeah, man. So everything we've been taught is backwards. It's been upside down. You know, I can't get too much detail up on this because I'm still a student myself. You know, I'm humbled to know that I have much to learn, but I just want to put things across you guys' mind, even if it just forces you to go back and be like, look, man, I don't think this shit is true, man. Let me go back and read this for myself. Like, that's my whole goal, is to get you guys to open up more, you know what I'm saying, to become more free with your thinking and not be bound by what been installed in your mind, man, because you can't trust this shit, man. You had to put this shit together for yourself, man. You had to come together with people who was interested, just as curious, and just as bold as you know what I'm saying, to go against this bullshit that they've been trying to embed in us, that they have embedded in us, man. We had to reset our minds, guys. And you know what I'm saying? And I know people attention span is short as fuck, but that's why my videos don't be as detailed or long as I really want it to be. But you know, the more I scribe and the more I do and the more persistent I be, the more creative I become to be able to reach out to you guys. Because it's not just about you know what I'm saying, trying to get people to follow me. It's not just about trying to sound right, you know what I'm saying? It's about us coming together and figuring this shit out, man, and just really knowing what's going on and be able to create our own paths and overcome this bound, you know what I'm saying, overcome this solar system, you know what I'm saying? Because this is not our home, you know. We just visiting, you know what I'm saying? This is a prison. This is a slave plantation. And we all been working this shit. And we think that, you know what I'm saying, that this is a place for us that would be just free and happy. And, you know, we make the best out of it. But this is not our home, guys. You know what I'm saying? I really had a lot more to touch on the 12 gates to the city, but I just wanted to put this on your mind, put this on you guys' mind, and maybe I'll talk about the 12 gates a little bit more detailed and deeper in another video. And the more I learn, the more I can express and explain to you guys. But yeah, family, I just wanted to touch upon the 12 gates in the solar system and the planets or the planets, you know, and just give you guys something to look at and think about and study. But yeah, I have other things to do right now, and I will get back with you guys later. Peace.